Hello my scrappy friends and welcome to my YouTube channel today. It's Melinda Sweetman here with you with my latest share for Cut to You, featuring this month's Cut of the Month cut file. As you can see from this image here, I've used the little row of trees with the house and not the title. Here I am with my cut file backed. I have also cut a couple of extra trees, and that is the photo that I'm scrapbooking. It's actually hubby and I from New Year's Eve 2014, and we had gone away, so I thought that this cut file was perfect with this. After I first looked at the cut file, I was like, this could be a Christmas page, it could be something else, and I decided to challenge myself to find something else. So I really like the way this page turned out in the end. Playing with the Heidi Swap Wolfpack collection. It is an older collection, but I really love it. So I decided to pull it out. I don't have much left, so I'm making best use of the scraps that I have. As you noticed, as you would have seen, I didn't completely back my cut file because I didn't have a ton of the paper. As you can see, I am making this particular cut file stretch right across the page, and like the cut file doesn't take up the entire background either, which is the tricks that I want to share with you today. So firstly, I did a little bit of designing in Silhouette Studio so that I could work out how big I needed this cut file to cut so that I could physically cut it after I had used the Cameo and make it stretch all the way across. And then the one tree on the far right hand side, I've duplicated my cut file, and then I cut that last tree off and deleted what was left of the rest of the cut file and copied the one tree and made it a little bit smaller. I grouped them together and then I kind of moved them around on my screen to work out where I wanted to place them. So that's how I've managed to essentially fill the background of this page without completely taking up the page with a giant cut file. I thought it was a super fun way of getting some more into my background and really utilizing this cut file. And I really like how it looks really layered. When I backed the cut file, I was unsure exactly what I was going to do with the bottom of those two trees by themselves. So I'm really pleased that I found somewhere I could put that. When I trimmed my cut file, I cut off the corner of the little house, and then I realized where I was placing my photo, I needed to get that back in place. So I just used a little bit of sticky tape, and then the black thing I used was an anti-static powder tool, and it takes sticky things, makes sticky things not sticky anymore, which is fantastic. So I'm just playing here with placement. This did take me a while because I wanted to make sure the placement was correct, things were straight, and it didn't look like where the overlaps and things were, it didn't look weird. I do have that star on the left hand side that I'm going to have to cover up the edge of, which works out in the end. And you can see I'm just rebuilding all of these pieces here, making sure they're fairly straight. And at this point I know that I want to add stitching to my photo. I was toying with the idea of adding stitching to the background paper as well, kind of as grounding for the trees and things. If you saw the close-up at the beginning though, you'll see that I did not do that, but that's a little bit later. I do have these rub-ons. They were designed to go with the stickers that they came with, but I wanted to include this one straight onto my photo. This one is one of the silver ones, and it says Nature Nurtures. And yeah, like I said, we had gone away this New Year's Eve. My youngest child had only turned 2 about 3 months before. And so we went down to Margaret River and found this really beautiful place. It was not super popular or busy when we first found it, and it was just so nice. We had a couple of glasses of local wine and just enjoyed a quiet night on the veranda at this little cabin that we hired. And the view was pretty spectacular, trees and bush and not much else, which was really nice. Not millions of people. I think it was this year that I realised that I was no longer young. I realised that I didn't really have anywhere that I could journal, so I found this sticker from the 6x12 sticker sheet. And then I needed to find a way to cover the bottom tree, that corner. So I decided to punch some circles, and then I thought I could use those in a visual triangle around my photo and title and embellishing to draw the eye around the page. So you can see I'm just placing those, and to start with I did cut them from this moon paper, but I kind of went, it looks really strange with like 4 moons, so I then changed my papers I think 2 more times, and I end up settling on the same one that I've backed the heart love. So you can see those there, just getting the placement right, and I like the balance of that. Except I wanted a bigger one. I did play with the idea of including these silver glitter acrylic hearts, but they were too big. I wanted to include a 3rd one down here, but I just was like, it's not going to work. I don't want this over the photo. So then I went stash diving and I found my wood veneer. Pulled out these little cameras, and I'm using 3 different size ones, and they're all, no, 2 of them are the same. One's a little bit different, but they're all, I placed them, and you can read them as cameras. They're really, so there's the 3 cameras that I'm going to layer over my circles, but I decided I wanted to silver emboss them, so I've just used my little ink dabber tool thingy by Ranger, and I'm just embossing that. Don't do what I did, you'll see in a sec. I thought this was dry already, but it's not, and I smeared it. I was planning on doing a second coat anyway, so if you don't know, you can always add a second coat of embossing over just about anything. So I've just applied that Versamark, that sticky ink again, and reapplied some embossing powder, and I'll just go back in and heat it again. It's like magic. I love seeing this happen. All right, so this is the next day. I got really stuck when I was working on this. I knew I wanted something in the background, but I couldn't work out what. And then I was playing with some pattern papers, and I decided to use this one. I really like. I just feel like it's just exactly the right thing that I wanted to use. So I tore the top and the bottom, and now I have the fun job of sticking everything back in place. I'm going to use my Nuvo glue here, stick everything in, and use my strong magnets that go with my magnetic board. But I'm not going to make you watch all this, because you don't need to see me stick everything down that you've already seen me move around 100 times. So I've got all of my layers stuck down here, and I'm just adding my photo, which you can see I have done the stitching to, and popped up on some foam. I've done the stitching at the bottom and the top of my torn edges too. I'll use this one for my title. I just want it to sit above the photo just a little bit, so I'm just going to add another layer of foam to that. Just did not want to cooperate at all. And then I'm going to stick that one in place. So the rest of the layer is pretty much just the embellishing. Yeah, I feel like I haven't done any real 12x12 scrapbooking in ages, but I don't think it's actually been that long. I know I did a page recently just for fun. If you want to see that, I can share some photos of it. I didn't record my process. I went and visited my nan recently and got this really nice photo of the 2 of us, and just really wanted to scrapbook it. So I printed it out and just played. It was fun. I'm going to add some more foam to some of my pieces. A lot of them are going to be stuck flat to the page, but a little bit of dimension here and there. Keeping in mind that I'm going to pop the little cameras up on top of those as well. I do fuss with them a little bit. I just need them in exactly the right place. I don't want any weird gaps showing between, like in the lens area. And then I've got these little phrase stickers from Alia Woods. I think that says Perfectly Imperfect, that one. Sorry for my head. I thought I chopped all this bit out, sorry guys. But like it's all, there's no rainbow colours left in here anymore, which makes me a bit sad. I think I need to book in to see my hairdresser again. And it's almost down to my shoulders. All of a sudden I'm like, wow, how did that happen? So I'm just playing with the camera here, trying to get it in the right place. Like I said, I didn't want any weird crossover of the pattern paper behind the lenses. I'm really sorry for not being in camera in the frame properly. I'm still getting used to this glass board that I've got. It's gigantic. I love it. It's perfect. But I'm not quite sure where I need to be when I'm recording. So hopefully I'll get it right in the next video. So you can see I'm just going in and sticking everything down. And you can see I have layered some of those grey stickers on the right hand side where my title is with that camera. So I decided to match that with up the top here as well. So I'll just stick those two down. There's not much else that I do, I don't think. Looking at my layout from here, and I can't add a few more sprinkly bits. Decide to make it 2, 2 and 2 with all of those little word strips. So what have you been doing for scrapbooking lately? Share with me. I'd love to see links to wherever you share your projects or whatever you've been doing. That'd be fun. Maybe share some inspiration. So I knew I wanted to add some more embellishments. So I've grabbed the puffy stickers and I'm going to add a tree to each. And I think a star to each as well. So they will all get those 2 pieces. And then that area right there where I'm working will get a 3rd one as well. I feel like it's just a bit bigger. And there's more room to add more. I like the way they just kind of nestle in. They're nice and little and cute. This leaf. And then I wanted to add some more wood veneer, so I've got these ones from Ellie Studio. It's a packet of little tiny hearts, circles and stars. So each of my 3 areas of embellishment will get 1 each of those. And I have put 1 shape into each of the camera lenses. One has a circle, one has a heart, one has a star. I thought they were a really cute little addition. Another natural element, which I thought was fun. Just using my little pickup tool and my glue. This one did not want to come out of that little place. So once these are all stuck down, the very last thing I'm going to do, you can see the little container there, Trinity stamps. These are iridescent stars. I love them so much. And you can see I'm literally sprinkling them onto my page, and I'm going to go through and stick them kind of mostly where they land, but kind of a little bit strategic as well. But I add a ton of those. They're all stuck down now. The final test to make sure I've got them all stuck down, lift that up and tap, tap, tap. And there's a few that fall off, but that's okay. And that is going to complete my page. I do my journaling off screen, and I also add the date using a roller date stamp. But that is my completed page. I love the sparkle from those stars. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today. Make sure you check out all the links below. I'll make sure I link the Cut of the Month membership for you. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below, and I will see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic scrappy day.